So a little backstory for the viewers. We met in 7th grade, and you played basketball in 7th grade, right? Okay. Since then, you won a Texas State Championship, played for several really good AAU teams, and you made to the Final Four Peach Jam. I want to start with your most recent win, which was the Texas State Championship. How did it feel to win?
It didn't feel real. It still doesn't feel real. I got the shirt on and everything.
Oh, that's the championship shirt?
Yeah, it's a shirt, but it still don't feel real. Yeah, it was a crazy feeling.
Was the game like back and forth, or was it like between scoring, or was it clear that y'all would win by a certain way?
At the beginning, it was kind of like back and forth, but like it wasn't really like, oh, are we gonna win this game? Like we knew we were gonna win the game.
When y'all went into the game, did y'all know? Or were y'all like
Nah, we knew we
scared?
were gonna win.
So you've had other really big moments in high school, but how did you get started in basketball in the first place?
Like as far as like life, like my whole entire life.
Yeah.
Seeing my dad play basketball and going to the gym with him and watching him play basketball, and I was always kind of like waiting for that moment to where I can like playing like open gym, like 5-on-5 with my dad. And now it's to the point where I play better than my dad, in my opinion. So
you dunk on him? What?
Not yet. I ain't get him yet.
Wait, how tall is he?
He's 6'6".
Oh, okay.
I was always waiting for that opportunity. So like I'd say like around like 6 or 7, I had started playing basketball, and I started like seeing what was going on at the time. Cavaliers versus the Warriors.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was like,
that's iconic.
Yeah, I was big, so I was kind of like all into that.
Who were you supporting at first?
I ain't gonna lie, the Warriors.
What?
I'm not gonna lie, cause they had KD, they had Curry.
But it was that time. Yeah. It wasn't like Clay and Steph and Draymond. Oh, okay.
But I kind of had to hop on a bandwagon because they had KD, so I kind of hopped on a bandwagon.
Is that your like basketball idol, KD?
KD. I say KD and Russell Westbrook.
Oh, really? But, I've never heard Russell Westbrook.
You don't know who Russell is?
I know who that is.
I was about to say.
I know who that is, but I've never heard somebody say Russell Westbrook is like my favorite.
Yeah, Russell.
But over Michael Jordan? Is that?
Yeah.
Whoa, okay. The start of high school is when it's like, it gets serious because that's when your stats actually matter, right?
Yeah.
So, freshman year, where were you at with your basketball journey?
Ooh, I was going to Booker T. Washington High School. Yeah, I was.
Wait, okay. I think I remember that actually.
I was going to Booker T. my freshman year, and I wasn't. They're not an athletic school, so I was kind of like I had to figure that out when I got there. But I was like, I just want to play on Lakerson's freshman team, and I played on Lakerson's freshman team, and we went like to the city championships. And we won, so that was a good team for sure. Like if I had everybody on that team for this year, like it would have been like we probably would have went to say it again. So I was going to school in Booker T, and I would come back from school and go straight to practice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was a hassle, but yeah, I still played.
How was Booker T for you? Because I mean, wait, what did you like? What like what area of Booker T were you in?
I was in theater.
Oh,
yeah, I was in theater.
Oh, okay. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was cool. I kind of had more love towards basketball. So it's kind of like, theater is cool, but kind of what it is.
Okay, so sophomore year and junior year, was it kind of the same? Like you were just playing AAU and high school basketball, or how was it? How was your basketball journey then?
Okay, so after freshman year, I transferred straight to Lancaster. So it was a big shift. My sophomore year, I didn't really get to play much because I just got there. They didn't really see too much of me, but I was still trying to work my hardest in practice. I was playing under some real good guys, so I was playing against, like, I had somebody to look up to. I had players to look up to, seniors to look up to, so I didn't take that for granted.
I feel like something with high school is that when people get to a certain point in high school, they give up these passion sports and they're like, let me pursue academics because it's more of a safer route for my future and for like a future career. So what made you decide to really just commit and go all the way?
Before the season started, like preseason, we had colleges come up and watch certain players. But once I started playing in those practices, these colleges started looking at me and they said they were interested in me. So I was kind of like, this is my sophomore year. So I was kind of like, whoa, like, that's crazy. Like, I don't want to drop the colleges out there, but they were big colleges. So I was like, wow, that's amazing. Like, I know I'm not I'm not where I want to be in basketball per se, and I'm not probably gonna play as much minutes this year. But the fact these colleges is looking at me and like interested in me before the season starts, like that's crazy. So I kind of like took it serious from there.
Mm-hmm. So it's basically like you knew that you weren't, because I feel like with high school students, like they don't see any future for it, but you saw a future because like the college people were looking at you, so you're like, oh, I can actually make it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this summer you played for 2 AAU teams. How did you do that? Because okay, you were explaining it to me, but like when my brother used to play basketball, like it was everyday practice or a game. Mm-hmm. So like, how did you do 2?
Well, at first I was playing for Family Ties. Shout out Family Ties. Yeah, shout out Family Ties.
Wait, what was that? What did you? Oh, okay.
I was playing for Family Ties, and with like I think like a month went by, and then JL3, they hit me up. They said they wanted me to come play for a few sessions. The whole month of June they didn't play, so I was playing for Family Ties that whole month, and I was trying to get better. I feel like Family Ties. I feel like it was the same thing, but I just wanted to play on a different play. I just wanted to see what the atmosphere was like, basically.
So JL3, that's like they're a higher performing team, or is it just that they travel more?
Both.
Oh.
So we went to Atlanta, we went to Indianapolis, we went to Kansas City, we went to Augusta for Peace Jam. But yeah, it was just like JL3. Well, they won more games, and at one point all the players that were the main players for JL3, they had to they left out for the USA and like the All American camps and all that stuff, the Jordan camp. So I was just playing. I had a lot more minutes on JL3, so I was just kind of like taking advantage of it.
How did you react when y'all found out that y'all be playing at Peace Jam?
I didn't even know what like EYBL was until like I got on EYBL. Like the year before I got on EYBL, I knew what EYBL was. I was kind of like seeing a lot of big players like Jalen Green.
Jason Tatum apparently played at.
Yeah, Jason Tatum played. So I was like, dang, like we really finna go to Peace Jam.
So you guys made it to the Final Four. What was the journey like getting there?
So we get there, you play 5 games. And
those are qualifying games or part of the whole
thing? Them like qualifying games. Okay. So we were playing qualifying games, and if you lost 2 games, then you went back home. But we only lost 1 game, so after that one loss, we were kind of like, man, we gotta lock in. Mm-hmm. So it kind of just every game we were getting better. Like every game, the team camaraderie was going up. So it was kind of like, yeah, we can win this whole thing. Like we can get far. What
about your team? Like in terms of support and working together, how were y'all motivating each other? Or like, what was the relationship like as y'all were getting closer to the finals?
it was there's this term that we use is kind of like amongst players, like we don't act Hollywood towards each other. If that makes sense, we don't shade it against each other because some person has this amount of stature and another person has this amount of stature. At first, when I got there, I was like, man, these dudes gonna be mean. Like these dudes not really gonna mess with me like that. I'm not even ranked. Like, or they gonna even talk to me. But it wasn't hard to get along with each other.
When y'all lose a game or like when someone has a bad game, what do y'all like with each other? Are y'all like supporting each other, or is it kind of just like you deal with that?
Nah, we all supporting each other. Everybody's supporting each other. We make sure that person is straight for the next game because it's probably one of the big time players, especially if like it's one of the key players. Like we gotta make sure he's good for the next game. So, I mean, a loss is a loss. Like everybody on that team, they're mature enough to understand we're gonna play like 1,000 more basketball games, hopefully. But we're gonna play 1,000 more basketball games. So one loss doesn't define like your move for the next 48 hours.
Mm-hmm. So before these games, what was your pregame routine?
I listen to.
What are your top artists listen to get hyped?
I'm not gonna lie. Playboy Cardi, Chief Keef. I know you probably weren't expecting this. I probably listened to Mary J. Blige.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, that's actually funny.
Yeah.
Wait, what song?
Share My World.
Oh, I've never heard that song. Wait, that's actually okay. Because I thought y'all were gonna be like all like the rap music, but then you gotta have like the good ones to get you in good spirit.
Yeah, calm my nerves down.
Yeah. Are you someone that believes in doing things before games that'll give you like good juju?
No, I just go out there and play.
Oh, okay.
Well, no. I meditate before I meditate like 10 minutes before the game. Or like however long I got to meditate before we warm up, I'm gonna sit there and breathe and meditate.
What got you into meditation?
My mom. My mom used to be a yoga instructor. So,
Really?
yeah, she teaches me a lot about calming my nerves, stretching.
Wow.
She still tells me to do yoga to this day.
So before a big game like the state championship or the semis, what's going through your mind?
So before state, I was like, we're gonna win this game.
Mm-hmm.
Semifinals, I was like, if I get in the game, I'm gonna have to play as hard as I can. I mean, I thought that before both games. Like, I gotta play defense. That's the first thing that goes to my mind. Like, I want to play defense first. Like, I want to play good defense.
Mhm.
In these big games, like, I feel like I want to play defense first.
So you weren't nervous at all? Really?
I was like, I was kind of nervous to like be in front of all those cameras in the semifinals of the Peach Jam because our games are on NBA TV.
Yeah.
Like, on ESPN. So I was like, okay, that's a lot of cameras. And when we went out there, I was kind of like, okay, I'm out here now. Like, ain't nothing to be scared for, be nervous for. Like, I belong out here.
So now the actual game, how was of the semis? How was it?
It was
Like, was it crazy or?
it was crazy.
Oh.
So we played against the number one recruit in 2025, AJ DeBansta, and he was. I wouldn't say he was going off like going off, but he was making a lot of his shots. He was making some tough shots. So it was just in my mind, I was like, man, we still gonna win this game. Like, they not really doing nothing special to me. I feel like we was just playing bad. Like, we were missing a lot of shots.
So as someone who's actually playing the game, how are you feeling after a loss?
After that one, I was like, I'm grateful to even like be playing against this top competition, getting this far, like Final Four against like some of the best players in the country. Like, that was crazy to me. So like after that loss, I was kind of like, man, we could have got them. Like, man, we could have beat them. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, we got to the Final Four, like some of the best players in the country. So I was like, dang. Yeah.
Is that how most of the team was feeling?
Yeah.
Just like grateful.
Yeah. But some of the players that because I can't lie, some of the players that was on the team, they've been to PGM before, so they know how it goes, and they were kind of like, they haven't won PGM not once in their career, so they were kind of like
frustrated.
Yeah, they're frustrated and a little sad because they know that's their last game of their AAU career.
How do you move forward from a big loss?
I'll probably just talk to my family. Like, I'll probably just call my dad or my grandma or my granddad, and they'll just, or my mom. My mom's like my biggest supporter, and my nana, my mom, my dad, they all kind of like my biggest supporters. So I call them, and they'll just tell me like, yeah, you're gonna have 1,000 more games to play. Like, you don't gotta worry about losing this game. Like, that's when they told me, like, you got this far by doing what you're doing, so you must be doing something good. So I was like, okay, like, I'm just let it go because I know I gotta turn around and have a big high school career for my senior year.
When you have like a family member or a friend that lost a big game, how would what would you say is the best way to support them?
Yeah, like I said, like, there's more games to be played, so reassuring them that you have nothing to worry about, really. Especially if you're playing more games, you have nothing to worry about. Like, as soon as you get back home, you're gonna probably forget about it, or not forget about it, but like, you just gonna, it's not gonna, you're not gonna, don't think about it too much, basically.
Yeah, because like literally after a game, you like go to basketball practice the next day, right?
Yeah, it's like, I gotta go work out. Like, I'm not finna bring a bad attitude to workouts, so I kind of just forget about it.
With this journey, I feel like you can see how with sports there's so many highs and lows, and there's like stress and there's loss and there's like a repetitiveness from having to practice and play so much. So what keeps you returning to the game? Because I feel like also the losses can stick with you more than the wins. So what keeps you returning?
Just knowing that I have a goal to accomplish. My coach told me, like, I'm trying to remember what he told me, but he told me something. He said you gotta kind of be crazy to like go through practice and go through workouts and then lose a game, then come right back and come through workouts again and work out every day. He said it's boring. Like, he said, like, you got to be crazy to like to pursue this dream. So he was like, he wasn't saying it in a bad way, but he was like, just stay delusional. Like, every day's a new day, basically.
Yeah. Basically, just like, honestly, I like that advice because like you just gotta forget it and pretend like, not pretend like it didn't happen, but just like let go of it and then keep going. Like, be like, I'm still gonna make it to the NBA. I'm still gonna whatever, even if you're present like reality isn't showing that.
Yeah.
Do you feel that experiencing such highs and lows has changed your love of basketball? Like maybe it hasn't made you love it less, but has it made it deeper than just liking to play basketball?
My sophomore year when I was on the bench, like playing, like not playing as much.
Mhm.
Even my junior year, like in the middle of my junior year, I was kind of like questioning, like, man, do I want to keep playing? Like, do I want to keep playing basketball? But I always think back to like free education and going and like my sophomore year, all them coaches like interested in me and big college schools interested in me, and like also my little brother, like he looking up to me, like,
You have a little
so
brother?
yeah, I got a
didn't
little
know
brother.
that.
He's like
Okay.
5,
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, he looks up to me, and I gotta set a better example for him.
Yeah.
So I just always think back to that.
So now we're gonna do the segment. I'm gonna read comments from basketball TikToks, and he's gonna give advice on them.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one. I look so lost when I'm playing because I'm always in my head.
Yeah. That happened to me a couple of times. I'm not gonna lie. Especially when you worried about like when your grandparents on the side, like worried about how much you score. Don't worry about none of that. Like the game's gonna keep moving, like regardless of what you're thinking or what you're doing. So you gotta just, I mean, it is what it is. You just gotta keep playing, I guess.
You guys
Yeah.
kind of like focus, basic, or like
Yeah.
just focus on what's happening right now.
Yeah,
Don't worry
just
about.
focus on the now.
I feel bad after putting in so much hard work and then underperforming when I play.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's going to happen. Usually when I have an underperforming game, like I have a game right after, so it's kind of like get over it. Like
Redeem yourself.
yeah, you're gonna score like 25 next game, so just don't worry about like a bad game and how much work you put in. So you should use that. You should use how much work you put in into the next game that you play, basically.
Coaches ruin my passion.
Whoa, okay.
Have you ever had a coach that ruined? Oh, okay. Not ruined, but
Well,
like
not
have made
nah,
it.
like we kind of diminished it.
Mhm.
My thing is with like coaches that's ruining passion. I feel like you should have like a sit down talk with them and basically saying like can you give me more time, or can you at least show me that you care about my career or something like that. I mean, me personally, now can't no coach ruin my passion, but I understand like when you're younger, like there's coaches that ruin your love for basketball. I'll say this: if a coach isn't yelling at you or screaming at you like to fix your demeanor in practice or fix what you're doing in practice, then he doesn't care about you. If your coach isn't talking to you or telling you what you need to do to get better, he does not care about you. So it's scary that it's really scarier when a coach doesn't tell you anything rather than a coach yelling at you every practice.
That's actually true. Cause like a coach that'll yell at you is like they want you to get better sometimes.
Yeah.
But somebody that isn't even talking is like, okay, I gave up on this person. What gives you confidence on the court?
What gives me confidence?
Yeah, because I feel like you're confident with your game. Like you're like, well, next game I'm just gonna drop 25. Like, what makes you like so sure of yourself?
I know where my potential is gonna be. So, like, I've always been like, my dad says, always be confident over cocky. So basically, just stay humble, but don't try to be too humble to where it's like you're passing the ball every play or something like that. But for me, I always think to myself or tell myself I'm the best player on this team. Basically, I just think to myself like I'm the man of this team, or I'm the best player on this team, or I'm good enough to play on this level. Basically.
So like affirmations, kind of.
Yeah, basically like affirmations.
You just believing in yourself and like saying those affirmations.
Yeah.
Is that what gets you to keep playing with the same courage even after you've made a mistake or missed a shot?
Yeah, like the most of the shots that I take, like I work on them shots. So it's kind of like I kind of have like a sort of Kobe mentality, Kobe Bryant mentality towards it. Like I work on these shots. Like I'm gonna keep shooting the ball, but if it gets to a point to where I'm just keep missing, I'm gonna pass it to my teammates. Yeah, I trust my teammates enough to have them go get a bucket. So basically, yeah, that's all it is right there.
And that's like kind of where you're saying with that confidence and cocky thing, like being like, okay, I know I'm not playing the best right now. Like maybe I'll get back in my game in a little bit, but I'm not gonna be so cocky where it's like I need to make the shot and
or I need to keep shooting until I make the shot. Nah.
So you were saying how like with the Kobe mentality, like you think I worked on this shot, like I can make these shots. When you practice so much outside the court and you're like making sure that your elbow is right or like your dribbling is correct,
Mm.
and then you get on the court, like that's another aspect of overthinking because it's like, oh, I'm overthinking my shot, like I'm trying to make sure my elbow is at the
Yeah.
right thing. Do you ever experience that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
When I was first started out like shooting threes, I kept thinking about like every time I
Yeah.
was gonna shoot, and I was like, I gotta make sure my elbow is in, or I gotta make sure I finish like this, and I was just like, man, I'm just gonna shoot the ball.
Yeah.
It became to a point to where like once you practice a certain amount of time, it's gonna become second nature.
Mhm.
So it's really just getting comfortable with shooting that much or dribbling that much.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Also, it's like trusting your instincts. Like you
Yeah.
practice so much, you gotta just get out of your head and just let it.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah. I think that's something all athletes feel but never speak out loud is that fear that they won't make it and go pro. Do you ever feel that fear sometimes?
I felt it my sophomore year
Mm-hmm.
because I seen like NBA workouts and I seen a lot of college players that didn't make it to the NBA.
Yeah.
And these college players are good. Like these college players are good. So and we're seeing it like with the draft now. Like it's not what you know, it's who you know. So it's kind of like if I feel like I didn't know a lot of people. I feel like I didn't know a lot of ranked players or a lot of college coaches wasn't hitting me up my sophomore year. So I was like, man, am I gonna even make it to the NBA? Because I see this dude and this dude, they probably not even gonna make it to the NBA, and they getting so many college offers that it's kind of like my confidence going down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So how'd you push through that fear?
I kind of just stayed off social media. Social media is kind of like a big thing for me.
With that self comparison.
Yeah, self comparison to other players, and I just kind of like stayed off social media.
Are there a lot of seniors on your team? Because you were like you have to pull a lot of weight.
There's like,
or are you like one of the leaders?
There's like 3 seniors on my team right now. So I know me and my player, my teammate, Jace Tarver, we gonna turn up. So it's kind of like we just gotta lead the team and show them the right way because we got a lot of young players on our team right now. So it's kind of like we gotta show them how to win and how to play the correct way to play.
How are y'all gonna show them? Do y'all have any like ways that y'all gonna motivate them?
Or
just lead by example.
Yeah, just lead by me. For me, it's leading by example. With him, he's kind of like he gonna explain people explain to people what to do in practice, and kind of make it. We're just trying to make it easier for them to go through practice and play in the game, so they won't be messing up as much as practice, and we won't have to run as much, basically. Yeah.
Also, you gotta like rough them up a little bit so that they're used to the game, right? Yeah.
Like every practice, I'm not. I can't say what I was doing in practice, but I at least try to play it as physical as possible in practice. So,
they're gonna get used to that.
Yeah, they're gonna get used to that. So when they get in the game, it's not like a big shock. It's like, oh, I'm used to this. I'm comfortable playing with this.
When you played at Peach Jam, did you notice like a difference in how players were playing? Like, was it more rough?
It was just, it was a different physique. It's like at Peach Jam, they're the players that play and are strong. It's like they know how to use their body, so it's kind of like they're more secretive with it. Like they'll bump you probably like before you try not to get to your spot on offensive play, or try not to, or like when they posting you up, they use certain like tricks to try to make it easier for them to score. So yeah,
I don't like that. That's kind of cheating. Like especially when I watch NBA and they're flopping all the time. Do you like flopping? Or like do you support flopping? Because I don't.
Nah, I don't.
Okay. But you be flopping sometimes?
Nah.
Oh, okay. What's your happiest moment in basketball?
Happiest moment, probably like the first time I dunked in game. I dunked on somebody. That was my. I'm trying to think. That was my 8th grade summer going into freshman year. Yeah, so I dunked on a freshman, and I was like, yeah, I dunked on a high schooler. Yeah.
Say you just hit like a massive dunk and you caught like 2 bodies. Yeah. What celebration are you doing?
Probably like.
I knew you were gonna say that one.
I'm probably gonna flex, or probably gonna do like this.
Okay.
But yeah.
Loki, I would hit like a salsa dance, cause like I'm so saucy.
Like.
Yeah, that would be.
I ain't never tried that. I'm probably gonna have new celebrations this year.
When you're down to just a few points separating who wins and who loses a game, are you freaking out or are you just like intensely focused?
Like that's the time I kind of like think about everything, but it's not like anxious think about everything. It's kind of like focused think about everything. Yeah. So,
what do you mean thinking about everything? What's everything?
Like make sure I'm in a passing lane, or making sure that I'm guarding the right way. Make sure I don't get a foul. Or making sure I box out a player before I get a rebound. So yeah. it's mainly on the defensive end, but on the offensive end, I'm free minded.
Basketball success is a huge goal of yours, and so it's like a huge part of your identity.
Mm.
But you were saying earlier that you did theater
Mhm.
freshman year. Are you still interested in theater?
Yeah, a little bit.
Really? What do you like about theater?
I just like playing the character,
Mhm.
playing a different character, playing somebody that's not me,
Mhm.
impersonating somebody that's not me. I know, like once I get to a certain part of my NBA career, I'll want to probably do a movie or probably like act in a
Ooh.
movie.
Wait,
So,
that would be cool. Like
yeah,
how Shaq does.
yeah,
He's
Shaq
acting
acting in a
everywhere.
movie, yeah, and he's not him, so like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Who's someone you really admire in basketball right now?
LeBron,
Mhm.
LeBron,
You watch the Olympics?
yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
L'America,
they're doing so good.
Captain L'America,
Mhm.
yeah. His whole career was kind of just like him facing adversity. Even with him going to Miami when he was on Cleveland, like it was kind of just him facing adversity his whole career, and him still being able to be one of the best players in the league
Yeah. He's like 40.
At
Yeah.
40 years old. He's one
That's
of the best players in the
crazy.
league. That's insane. So I just kind of like admire LeBron.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What about the new NBA like rookies? Are there any that you're like, "Oh, I like their game?"
Terrence Shannon Jr. I don't know if you know who that is, but he plays with Rob Dillingham.
Was he first round?
Yeah, he was first round. No, hold on. I'm trying to think. I gotta look it up again, but
Okay.
he was in a court case. He had like legal trouble, and
Oh.
some girl lied on him
Oh,
in college.
shoot.
Yeah, so it was a big deal. But
Mhm.
he just same thing that I was talking about with LeBron. Like he pulled through adversity,
Mhm.
and he scored like 20 points in his summer league game.
Dang.
And his first point was like dunking on somebody.
Mhm.
So it was like, okay, yeah, I like this dude.
Have you seen Modest Buzelis? I
Yeah,
feel like
he's nice.
y'all kind of like have this similar build.
Yeah, he's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him too.
Mhm.
Who else? Who else? Ron Holland. He went to
Oh yeah.
yeah, he went to Duncanville.
Yeah, that's actually crazy. I went. Did you go to Hoop Fest?
Yeah, I went to.
Oh, okay, yeah. I saw
Yeah,
him play at Hoop Fest.
yeah, he's nice. Yeah,
Mhm.
so I kind of just seen him like growing up. I was kind of like, I wouldn't, cause I'm gonna probably sound like a fan, but 'cause I got
Bro, just sound like a fan. Go.
Nah, bro, but yeah, I was watching his mixtapes and I was like, bro,
Mhm.
this dude nice. Like he looked,
Mhm.
and I know this is how I'm gonna look in a couple years. So I was like, dang, like I can really probably be better or be as good as that.
Okay, and then lastly, do you have any last words of advice to the student athletes watching?
If you see your peers getting like your teammates getting a lot of college offers and having a period of success, I feel like you should congratulate them instead of envying them. I feel like you should always stay in the gym. As long as you stay in the gym, you should be fine. I mean, and always take education serious. Still have fun though. I think that's the biggest thing. Have fun. A lot of y'all don't have fun. A lot of y'all be too worried about what your dad gonna say or what your mom gonna say on the sideline. I say just have fun. Make sure you have a good relationship with God. Don't ghost all your friends. Do not ghost all your friends.
That's interesting because I know a lot of people like when they say focus, they're like ghost everybody, don't talk. I mean, family besides family, but like
that's not what it is. What else? This is a big thing for me too. I forgot to mention this. I'm trying to build a schedule for myself this year so I can stay more organized.
Me too.
And everything. So like working out in the morning, going to school, working out after school, or working out in between school, and then going home, studying, or doing homework. Just build a schedule for yourself. That's going to be comfortable for you. Basically.
What about feelings? Because for me, when I was kind of making my schedule for how I want to do this school year, I was making sure to prioritize like I want to feel like productive, but I also want to feel balanced and like still like relax. Do you have anything like feelings that you want to prioritize?
Yeah, make sure you like devote at least like 30 minutes to yourself, or like I would say like if you want to talk to somebody like your friends, or you want to be on FaceTime with your friends, like make sure you call them. There's nothing wrong with FaceTime your friends. There's nothing wrong with being on the game. It's just a certain time limits you gotta cut off.
Yeah, like balance.
Yeah, you gotta find a balance.
All right, I think that's it. That's your last words of advice. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Check out Devon's Instagram. If you're a college scout, literally go right here. So like, scout him like right now. Like, all right. Okay, peace.